BXB. It's in the game.
Hey guys, it's me Ben. I'm back with another one of my quick reviews. After a spate of re-released games that were brought onto the current generation of hardware towards the beginning of its life cycle, there was a pause in that. And now we seem to have had a few more of these games. Maybe ones that weren't so obvious for the re-release treatment. Now we're looking at Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, which was actually originally released in 2012, the first release of Dragon's Dogma, and then 2013 is when we saw Dark Arisen, the sort of expansion and DLC pack come out for the game. And obviously in 2013 is when we actually got the current generation of hardware and its first appearances, the Xbox One and the PS4. And now we're a few years into that cycle. Dragon's Dogma has had the sort of freshen up treatment by Capcom. It was originally brought out as a PC version earlier this year, and now we have it on Xbox One and PS4. And you know what? This is the same game we got on the 360 and the PS3. For better or worse, there definitely have been some improvements in things such as frame rate and stuttering and loading and pop-in that were really apparent on the 360 version of the game. So the Xbox One version, which is what I'm looking at here, is a much clearer, cleaner experience, though the game doesn't exactly look like the current generation of hardware's usual sort of standards in the visuals. It doesn't look bad. You know, character models really haven't been that much improved. Some lighting technical side of things have been improved, but mainly it's the loading times and it's those performance issues that I talked about. They're the big improvements. So what we have here with Dragon's Dogma is that same Dark Souls-esque, Monster Hunter-esque, Shadow of the Colossus-esque kind of experience. An action RPG with plenty of leveling and NPCs in a fantasy setting. Its big, obvious difference to the other kind of action RPGs of this ilk is its ability that you are given to grapple onto and mount and attack large-scale enemies. And then the other element is the pawn system, which is this kind of team-based mechanic in which you can build up a group of followers based on characters that other people have actually made themselves within the universe. And then that's uploaded online, and then you can pull these down at many points throughout the game to build up a team. You get one particular pawn follower who stays with you, and you can level and put into a direction that you wish. And then the others you can call upon and hire at any time to help you with certain encounters. Now, the encounters dictated in Dragon's Dogma aren't always the most exciting because the story and the characters within Dragon's Dogma, and therefore the quests that you are given, are pretty bland. But to be fair, that's not really why you're playing Dragon's Dogma. For what you're playing here, for the monster encounters, the exciting things you find in the large open world and environments of Dragon's Dogma. And, you know, the blandness of the characters is definitely ignorable due to the quality of the combat. Like I mentioned, it's Dark Souls-esque, it's Monster Hunter-esque, it's deep, it's tactical, it's strategic, it's challenging, and it's very hard in places. Especially in the places that are introduced into Dragon's Dogma through the Dark Arisen stuff. Now, I played Dragon's Dogma with my customized lady character. She was pretty sexy, I've got to say. I did a good job with her. Everybody looks a bit wooden and a bit weird, but it kind of is just a relic of the 360 era. And that makes me wonder. I mean, I would look at Dragon's Dogma and I go, wow, The Witcher 3 ran with this idea. It really is, I think, probably inspired by some of the stuff that maybe was seen in Dragon's Dogma, and they do a great job with it. CD Projekt Red running with that open world, large, customizable RPG, very Western in its vibe. Though at times Dragon Dogma feels very Japanese in its vibe, especially with some of the characters and the kind of weird translation stuff. But yeah, it's difficult because I think at the time this came out, at the end of the last generation, you could see a huge amount of ambition here, a huge amount of promise here. There were some problems technically which were definitely improved upon. So am I judging Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen here against the current sort of oeuvre of action RPGs? Because if I am, I would say The Witcher 3 and even something like Dragon Age Inquisition perhaps does things a bit better with its squad mechanics, its combat, its beautiful open world, especially in The Witcher 3's case. And, you know, The Witcher 3 is not an expensive game now. You can pick that up really reasonably. So, you know, if I'm recommending this against those games, I don't think it holds up. If I'm, however, recommending this against sort of like the games of the era this came out against, I thought this was a very interesting example of the genre at the time. I played this game in 2012 and 2013. However, I don't think perhaps it holds up that well now. But as a relic, as a budget release, you know, this is the best Dragon's Dogma has ever been. If you're already a fan of this, if you already have fond memories of the game like I did, I think you're going to find plenty to enjoy with Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen on the Xbox One. So because of that, I'm going to give it a very solid 3 out of 5 stars.
BXB. It's in the game.